I haven't recorded a video in a couple days, so wanted to record one. Um, I don't really have an idea for what I want this to be, so I'm just gonna start recording and see what I'm gonna fucking talk about. Um, One thing I do have pulled up here on my other monitor. Hold on, screen it. Oh, is I have the Chicago Blackhawks Puckpedia depth chart pulled up because I'm just like I'm I've been watching hockey all my life, but in the last um I would say 2 years, I became like way into it and like understanding like how lines work and how depth works instead of just watching the game of hockey. So I don't really know how it would work with specifically what's his name? Oh my God, Roman Kanstrov. I don't see him here. He's somewhere down here. Yeah, with Roman Kanstrov coming into the league, I he's done great at the professional level in Russia. So I just don't know how that would look with him coming over here. I know Vanaker's also on loan right now. I don't think he would obviously not start in the NHL this coming season, but I Kansterov's 21. He scored, I think, almost 40 goals in the KHL season and led his team in goals in the playoffs. Or he led the entire league in goals in the KHL at 21. Does he come back into the league? Or sorry, does he come into the league immediately? Does he go to the Rockford Ice Hogs? I don't really know how that works. I would love to see him play up in the NHL as fast as possible. I'd love to see how he works with the team. Um, Obviously, I'm super excited for people like Frundell, and I do think that Boisvert and Vanacker could play a depth role later, like in the season. Um, and I'm way excited for that too. The next thing I wanted to talk about is let me pull my face cam all the way up. Um, the next thing I wanted to talk about is just how disappointing the NHL playoffs have been for me this season. I was really looking forward to it with like all the new teams and stuff, and it's like obviously there's like the cope of Vegas making the final and stuff and having a fucking rapist goalie. That's always unfortunate. Um like I love to see the people online making fun of Carter Hart for that because I think the more people that know the better, and like people are getting mad at the no means no chances I think are fucking hilarious. He should have to live with the reality that he's an evil person every day of his life. um I'm getting too locked into talking about Vegas, but um hoping Carolina will win it. Carolina is my brother's favorite team, so I do have a little stake in like, oh, it would be cool for my brother. Carolina's not really a team I care about too much. I think they're obviously very good, but pretty boring to watch. A lot of shutdown defense. Um, but it'd be cool if Carolina wins. I'll like. I'm basically in the mood right now where if Carolina wins, I'm happy, and if Vegas wins, I don't care. Like I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna spend my time. I'm just gonna yeah, cool. I don't give a fuck. On to the next year, right? Um, Someone left a comment on one of my videos talking about how they want me to talk more about the Blackhawks, and it's a longer comment that I didn't actually fully read because I have zero attention span, but I'll probably record another video in a couple minutes and just hit all the talking points that they wanted me to talk about because I do enjoy making the videos. I just run out of ideas because I don't necessarily only want this to be a hockey channel. I'd also like it to, I don't know, not that it needs to be like about my life vlogs, personal updates. I'll probably have personal updates here and there, but something more geared towards I can upload something fun if I want. It doesn't have to do with hockey. And I say I can. Like, I can just do that. Nobody gives a fuck. Um, but yeah, like I was thinking of like uploading like gameplay or something, but that's always boring. I mean, commentary over games has been done for when did YouTube come out? 2005, 20 fucking years now. So, I wouldn't be doing anything special cuz yeah, not that I need to do anything special. I mean, sitting and talking to a camera isn't anything special. I also am deciding what I want for my next jersey. I think if the Canes win, I'll definitely get a Canes jersey. I was thinking someone like Jarvis, but I'm also a big fan of oh my god, I have such a hard time saying it. My mouth wants to like whistle. Svechnikov, Andrei Svechnikov. He would be a cool jersey to have as well. And I like obviously I'm a fan of the goalies, but like I think Bussy's cool, but I'm not the biggest fan. Like I think I've talked in my previous videos where I think he's a cool guy and it's his like story to the NHL is incredibly interesting, but like he's not someone I'm a huge fan of or anything. And the same with Anderson. Anderson's fucking 38, 37, 37, 38, so one of those fucking ages. And I mean, it's cool that he's doing good in the playoffs, but I don't care about him. And same with Kochetkov, not really that interesting to me. So I probably wouldn't get a goalie jersey of Carolina. I would get a Slavin jersey, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty expensive to get my hands on one of them because I want an alternate jersey. I'm not a huge fan of their home ones, and I know my brother wants an alternate too. So I'm trying to find one in his size, but he's a size 46, and it's hard to find a Jarvis. He wants a Jarvis jersey in his size, which is proving to be a little difficult. I'm trying to think of like any other NHL news. I saw that there was stuff that came out about how Matthew Nyes was supposed to be traded to the Habs, like, and the request was put in 1 minute after the trade deadline, which is just like I get that negotiations take an amount of time, but that's like kind of asinine, right? It feels like, oh, I'm gonna submit it at fucking 12:01. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Obviously, Nice as a have would be fucking insane. Just another star, like young forward on that team. So I do hope that he gets to play there eventually. I assume he won't now that they got the first overall pick because he's going to be probably a pretty big part of that rebuild with Marner gone. Um, and another thing I've been excited for coming to the season is I'm really hoping there's a way that the Blackhawks can pick up Robertson. I don't think they will because Dallas has been pretty adamant that they want to keep him. But going into next season, the Blackhawks are going to have a cap space of, let's see, it should say right here, $40 million. So we're gonna have plenty of space to work with. Try to get a good pick off the free agency market. And if we look over at Dallas, they're gonna have $10 million as their projected cap space going into this next season. And I don't know. I don't think Jason Robertson will sign for 10 million. I think that it would be an absolute bargain deal if he did. Seeing the numbers he's put up in Dallas so far, especially this last year, him and Wyatt Johnston have gone fucking crazy. Uh, that's why I was very surprised when Minnesota got kicked them out of the playoffs. I'm just like, all right, you can't only play hockey relying on the power play though. Teams know how to work around that, and that's what happened to them in the playoffs. So yeah, a Jason Robertson pickup would be pretty cool. I don't know if there's any big free agency goalies. I know Freddie Anderson will be a free agent. I don't. The Blackhawks will not pick him up. I can say that almost for a fact. And then another interesting free agent would be Alex Tuck. I don't know what he's getting paid right now. Let me look it up. Um, Currently, Alex Tuck is getting paid $4.7 million a year, and he's going to have a big bump up from that. I know he underperformed in the playoffs, but this season he put up 66 points in 79 games. Um, I thought he was in the 70 range. I think he will stay. I think he'll get up to the 70 range depending if he's playing in Buffalo next season or on a different team. Um, he's a guy that Chicago could totally take in and play with. I don't know how well he'd play into their system, but it's been incredibly cool watching him in Buffalo, and I honestly hope they re-sign him. I think it'd be a cool thing to happen. Um, and like I was rooting against Buffalo so hard in this year's playoffs because they were playing Montreal. I don't who did they played Boston in the first I was rooting for Boston because I was like I in my head I get it just where I'm like I get when a team is so bad for so long and then the fans get super cocky about how but like when the team's good, it really annoys me because like obviously it's amazing that like Buffalo made it out of the first round for the first time they made the playoffs in over 15 years. But also I heard so many Buffalo fans talking about how they were going straight to the finals and like it's an easy sweep for them this year, like all this. And so I was just like when I hear that kind of stuff, I'm just like, okay, fuck you, dude. Um yeah, but I in reality I do like Buffalo as a team. I love Rasmus Dahlin. He's super sick. I think that soon he'll get the C stripped from him. I don't I don't have any reason to actually think that. It's just like a gut feeling. Um because I think that they're building this team up and I haven't heard a lot about Darlene's leadership. And with some of the other captains, you hear about how it's like maybe their play is really bad, but they are like on top of it with their captaincy. Someone like Jared Spurgeon for the Minnesota Wild, he seems like a really good voice in that locker room, and you don't really hear shit about what Darlene's saying to guys or how Darlene's hyping people up. So it may very well go to someone like Tage Thompson. I hope it doesn't. I don't like Tage Thompson. That's just a personal vendetta, though. And yeah, I don't have much other stuff to talk about in this video. I'll go read that comment and see if it's anything worth talking about. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.